So today I am starting off with a silicone product, mixing part A and part B to create the slashes in my face. Now if you don't want to do the slashes, or if you want to do them in a different spot, that is completely your choice. Also, you don't have to use silicone products to create the slashes. You can use liquid latex, you could just paint them on. You can watch my previous video if you like for a few details on how to create different cuts with different products. So basically what I'm doing is just applying the silicone in a strip, smoothing out around the edges with some olive oil, and then going in with my spatula and just creating a divot in the middle of the silicone to create the cut. Once the silicone has dried, it's still quite sticky, so I'm just very lightly powdering it and then going over my whole face with the palest foundation that I own. Now prepping my eyes for shadow. This is actually an aqua paint that I'm using because it is so black, and I'm basically applying this all over my lid because I'm going for a black smoky eye. The next step is to go in with a little bit of black shadow on top of that, and then a transition shadow as well to help blend out the crease and just make it a little bit of a softer transition. As always, all of the products that I've used will be linked in the description box below if you guys wanted to know what I'm using. So now I'm just connecting the lower lash line with the top, doing some black gel liner on my waterline, and then going in with a black and also a brown shadow and smudging it out along my lower lash line. On the eye that doesn't have a slash, I'm applying just a little bit of a concealer, and while that concealer is kind of setting in, I'm going to do some contouring along the side of my face, on my forehead, and down the sides of my nose. If you guys do go for a paler foundation than what you normally use, bear in mind that your contouring may need to be a different color. Go for more of an ashy toned contour rather than anything that is too warm brown. Now I am blending out that concealer and time to add some contact lenses. So of course a white mesh contact lens would be absolutely amazing. However, I didn't have one of those on hand, so I actually went with this, the Host inspired contact, which is quite light reflective, which I actually think worked quite well. Now I'm just adding some false lashes and going in with plenty of black mascara. Now for the lips. I'm not actually the best at lip art, but this was actually quite an easy way to do an ombre. So I actually lined my lips with a water activated paint. So then when I put the color over the top, it almost activated the paint again and helped smudge and blur it out for a perfect ombre. I did manage to get it everywhere though. Yeah, as usual. Now I am just going in with a little bit of powder and just setting all of my foundation. I'm also going in with quite a neutral kind of blush, nothing too over the top, but yeah, just to give my face a tiny little bit more color. So to fill in the cuts, I'm basically doing my normal routine, going in with a red paint first, then a black paint to deepen it up, then going in with a little bit of Scab Blood and liquid blood. For the liquid blood, I'm also doing it over the top of my eyelids and making sure it's kind of pooling at the bottom of the cut, so then you get a few drips coming down your face. Okay, so because my natural hair is just crazy at the moment, desperately need it to colour it, I'm wearing my Irresistible Me full lace wig. You guys can use my discount code Irresistible Jade if you want to get it a little bit cheaper. All the details of it though will be in the description box below. Now I'm just improvising with a bed sheet because I did not have a cape, but a bed sheet just worked fine. I feel like I just have to be on top of a bike. E.T. phone home. So here you guys have the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It would honestly mean so much to me. And don't forget to check out all of my social media stuff. It will be linked in the description box below. Love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.